All right, so for this video, I want to talk more about our personality as a writer, content writer, freelancer online that can help us or hurt us in trying to grow our freelance business. Now, I know for me, I do get complacent a lot. If I think it's too difficult for me to do, I shut down. Like I have some, I guess, negative or different types of personality traits that, let's say, successful CEOs might have. And so I just want to know broadly what that is. And so I've heard about this personality test, the Enneagram types. I'm not paying for this test, so I don't know if this is a true representation of this test. And there are different sites that have these questions. There is one that is like over 100 questions, but I didn't want to film that one. So this one looks pretty, and it does give a description of each type there are. So there's the perfectionist, the giver, the achiever, the individualist, the investigator, the skeptic, the enthusiast, the challenger, and the peacemaker. So I don't know if you get a combination. I think you get a combination of these numbers. Like I said, I have a BA in psychology, but I haven't really tapped into the psychology side of me in many, many years because I've been really focused on, B2B content, SEO content, and then my twins. So I thought this would be fun. If you're interested, I'll drop the link if this is a good test in the description below. But there are 11 pages, it says, of these questions. So I thought I'd go through them with you. It says mark each statement based on how well it describes your personality. So inaccurate, neutral to accurate. I have a feeling I might be a little bit neutral because it is hard for me to be decisive in certain things. Like I don't strive for perfection, but I do know that people that are perfectionists usually are the messiest, usually don't take action because, like I just mentioned, if they can't do it right, they won't do it. And I do have tendencies of that. If I know that it's not going to come out right, there's no point in me trying, kind of thing. I don't see that in my business though. So I will try and that's another thing. Do I just focus on how I am in my business versus my real life, like my life in general, kind of thing? So I'm different in my business versus like in real life kind of thing as far as getting things done. I have twins. It is truly difficult for me to manage everything, all the hockey practices, dance practices, dinners every night. I mean, we have no milk now for today. I have to go grocery shopping, but there's yard work and we have huge yards. I have to rake all that. It's going to take 6 hours. And then I have client pieces. Like it's a busy life. So I don't know if I should focus on all of that, but I'll say a little bit. I like to help and I work hard to be helpful to others. Yes, I believe that's accurate. For me, it is important to me that other people like me. I mean, deep down, probably, I think that's accurate. It's important to me to achieve great things. See, in business, I do agree with that. In my life, I just, I don't care if other moms see me as this highly successful person. Like, I actually want to be a regular person around them. I want to be sort of, if they're dressing all like in sweatpants and a sweatshirt, then I will join them in that attire and not, dress up or dress down. Like I am very want to be average in my world, but in my business, I do want to create and achieve great things. So I make more significant contributions than the average person. In my world, I'd say no, actually I don't, because I am quite busy with what I already have. I feel my emotions very deeply. A little bit here and there, yes. I have a sense that other people will never truly understand me. Well, that's other people in general. Most people I feel do understand me. There might be a couple that don't. So I'd say that's fairly accurate. I think deeply about things. I used to when I was younger sit and analyze and stew on things. Lately, I've had no time to do that. So I've had to let go on that. It all depends though. Like in business, I do have parts in my brain where I will come back to it while I'm cooking. So it's like, it's not very deep. It's below surface level. So I'll say it's somewhat, but like, I don't sit and like, I remember when I was younger, like in college, and deciding on which college, or, like I really sat in that for a long time. Or if I had a research paper, I really sat in that. Now I've developed systems and stuff. So like I don't sit on things for my content pieces. I make quick decisions with my twins and things like that. For the most part. I'm prepared for any disaster. No. I'm not. It is important to me to avoid pain and suffering. To avoid it, I mean, I guess it's somewhat agreeable, I guess. I don't seek it out, I guess. I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy. Yeah, that's true. That's pretty accurate to me. I see the positive in every situation. I try to. I really do. I'm not afraid to tell someone when I think they are wrong. Now, it depends on that someone. For me, I'm not going to tell my mother-in-law that they're wrong. Definitely not. But I would tell my children if they were wrong. I would tell my husband if they were wrong. My mom friends. I'd say it's somewhat accurate. I let other people make the decisions. At times I do in my life that, because I am busy. I appreciate having rules that people are expected to follow. I do like that. I am concerned about security more than anything else. No, I'm pretty neutral on that. I think a lot about what will happen in the future. I don't fit in with ordinary people. That is inaccurate. There is really a good reason for changing how things are done. There's really good. No, that's inaccurate. I always finish my chores. Not always. I'm always trying to be a better person. Yeah, I try to. It doesn't mean that I'm always successful. I check carefully for mistakes and errors. No, I actually don't. And I should. But I rely on tools. So I skim over that. I like to be around people who I can help. Yeah, that's fairly accurate, I guess. I do enjoy that. I like to feel that I am an important person in my social groups. That depends. I feel like I want to be just a part of them nowadays because I work online and I'm so different than my mom friends that have, they work at a bank or they work at a grocery store. They have other jobs that, I can't really relate to them on. So I just sort of feel like, well, I'll just be like them and not mention anything of that side of my world. So I think that's inaccurate. It is important to me to be successful. Yes, it is. The organization that I belong to would not function well without me. Well, if I wasn't me, my brand, and my business, then I guess that's accurate. It wouldn't. I often feel overtaken by my emotions. No, that's inaccurate. I have always felt different from other people. Inaccurate. I like to analyze things from every angle. I say neutral on that because it depends. I always have a plan for what I would do if things go wrong. Not necessarily. I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings. Sure. I seek excitement. No, I don't seek it. I'm good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain. Yeah, I feel like I do. I do not hesitate to call people out when they are behaving badly. Well, like I said, if it's my mother-in-law, I'm not going to really point that out. I will complain about it to my husband, but if it's my children, I would point that out. So I guess somewhat agreeable. I go along with what other people want. It depends on where I am in my social circles, but I'd say I have to go with mostly, I guess, in my social circles here. People should follow the rules instead of doing what they feel like. I like that there are rules. And of course, I instill that with my children growing up. But as an adult, you should be able to sort of do what you want to do out of the norm. I'd say somewhat agreeable. I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection. Yeah, that's true. I can clearly visualize what could happen in the future. I don't really think about the future much. Average people often find me a bit weird. I don't know. I don't think so. I like to do things as I've always done them. Well, yeah, I am complacent and I'm a little bit stubborn in some areas. I persist until a task is done. It depends if it's like I'm getting paid for that task. Yes, I will get it done. But I have chores that I need to do and they'll get done eventually. I'm not persistent about it. So I'd say that's inaccurate. I spend my time trying to discover and correct my faults and weaknesses. No, I do not do that. I hold myself to very high standards, somewhat. I'm a natural caretaker. I believe that I am. I want people to admire me. I do. That's nice. I want to achieve a lot in my life. There's a part of me that, yeah, I do want to achieve a lot. If I'm honest, I feel that I'm a bit better than other people. No, I don't believe that. I feel a deep sense of grief for what I have lost. It's not a deep sense of grief, so that's inaccurate. I'm an unusual sort of person. Inaccurate. I take time to understand things more deeply than most people do. No, I don't think so. It is important to me to be prepared for any emergency. Is it important for me? It's not like something I think about to be prepared for emergencies. Like we don't have extra water and things like that. But if we get, if there's a snowstorm, it's somewhat. I know my husband wants to be prepared. So he gets me to help him and we do get prepared getting ready for fall, taking off the hose, and I'm raking. And so we're preparing not for an emergency, but for the next part. So yeah, I mean, I guess it could help with an emergency if we don't remove the hose kind of thing. I distract myself from any sad feeling that arise. I don't distract myself. I often make changes in my life when things get boring. I don't like change them. No, that's slightly inaccurate. I tend to be more optimistic than most people. I don't know. I guess I am. I mean, I know in my family, I'm the most optimistic. I tell people what I think, even if it's hard to hear. It depends on who I'm telling. So I'll put that as neutral. I would rather follow the group than push for what I want. No, I do follow the group for the most part. I feel comfortable in organizations with a clear hierarchy. I mean, I haven't worked in an organization, but I do believe that. I know where I stand. I take measures to protect myself and my loved ones from harm in whatever I do every day. Sure, I make plans for many years. No, I don't do that. I'm an unusually unique person. I don't believe I am entirely unique. I dislike trying new methods. No, I like trying new methods for the most part. I focus on my responsibilities and duties. In a day, do I focus on my responsibilities and duties? I mean, somewhat. I know most of my day is comprised of responsibilities and duties. I read books that help me I would like to read more books. But no, I put a lot of pressure on myself to do things right. I know I don't hold myself to that standard that much. I don't put a lot of pressure. I take the initiative to help other people and make their lives easier. Well, in business, I do. With my twins, I do. A little bit too much sometimes. So I put in the effort to make a good impression on people. Yes, I do for the most part. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing like I don't have to do that, but I do, like meeting the moms in my son's, new hockey team. Like I do make a good impression. I set ambitious goals for myself. I haven't really. I mean, I do goal setting, but it's not like highly ambitious. I'm an important member of my social groups. I don't believe I'm that important in my social groups. I can describe my emotions in a lot of depth and detail. Probably not. I often feel like an outsider. At times I do because of what I do. I find my mind to be a very interesting place. Am I more internal? I do believe I am at times. I'm always aware of what can go wrong in a situation, especially with my twins. Yes, I have many ways of avoiding situations that get me down. No, I don't have tactics that I focus on. I'm always up for a new adventure. No, I'm not. I believe that things usually work out for the best. Yes, I do believe that. I stand up for what I believe in, even if it upsets other people. No, I really don't. I don't think. I bet other people take the lead, or I let other people take the lead. In life, I do. My husband, often takes the lead in things. I dislike people who disrupt things by breaking their rules. I don't dislike them. That's inaccurate. I make alliances with people who can help me stay safe. That's inaccurate. I am often looking ahead. No, I have different interests than most people. At times, I probably do. The traditional way of doing things is the best way. Not necessarily. I'm a responsible and reliable person. I believe I am. I have a lot of plans for how I can improve myself. Not really. I make sure that even small details are correct. No, I overlook those things. I enjoy caring for others and their needs. I do enjoy that. I want to be a person that others can look up to. Yeah, I mean, it would be great if people could. I push myself to succeed. In business, I do. I make important contributions to my community. Actually, I don't. I rarely have strong emotions. Fairly accurate. I'm pretty even keel. I feel I never truly belong in a social group. No, I don't believe that. I want to learn as much as I can about how the world works. Not interested. It is important for me to understand what can go wrong in a situation. It's important for me to understand what could go wrong. Somewhat, I guess. I mean, I do play that in my head. I take steps to ensure I don't feel sad or lonely. No, trying new things keeps life interesting. Neutral on that. I'm an upbeat person. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty even. Doing business every day, I am pretty upbeat. I don't think I start off my day in a negative light. So yeah, I guess so. I am usually the one to take a stand when others won't. No. Other people have stronger opinions than I do. I mean, it depends on the person, but sure. Everyone has a role to play in a society. And I mean, I really don't think of that in such black and white terms. So I'm neutral on that. I'm concerned with protecting what I have. I mean, a bit. I have a good sense of what my future holds. Not really. It changes. I am an average person with ordinary likes. Sure. I try new ways of doing things just to see if they will work. In business, I do. I have a great deal of willpower. I don't think I do. Self-improvement is a major interest of me. Not really. All right, so I'm going to put in my email and see what happens. All right, since this is a free test, it's not going to give you a lot of information, but it looks like I have a lot of 9s, 2s, and 3s. So 9s are peacemakers. 2s is the giver and 3s is the achiever. Those are the personality traits that I am. So I do like to achieve things. That's true. I am a giver and I mean a peacemaker, I guess. I mean, go with the flow. Yeah, I do go with the flow with people around them, set the agenda. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't rustle feathers. I really don't in groups. I haven't been in large groups lately, but like I can see that in me. And now does that make me a successful freelance writer, freelancer? Sure. I mean, I have that drive to achieve things in my business. I have my paid newsletter to share these goals that I want to achieve. That's important. As far as giving, I mean, I feel like with my audience, I do give a lot. In my life, I do give a lot and I want to give. I want to help as many people. So all those are nice. So if you're interested in this test, I'll drop the link. Otherwise, if you have any questions about this, let me know. And as always, like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next